Hi everyone, this is Chris again with Nightfall Audiobooks. What a year, huh? What did we do this year? This is the 3rd year anniversary of this channel. Where did the time go? I began this channel in 2020 with the 99 Fear Street trilogy. I almost burned myself out before I got started. I said Callie and Cody so many times. Once I finished those, I went right to the cheater and recorded that. I needed a book that I was familiar with and was a singular story. It helped invigorate my love of Fear Street, and I was able to continue recording. I used that experience to stagger my releases. That's why I won't release an entire trilogy all at once. I'll have the story air during certain times of the year so the audience has something to look forward to, and I don't burn out. Everyone wins. I introduced polls in March, which allowed you to vote on which book would air next. That's a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to begin running polls again next year. Unfortunately, I had to cut that off too early in the year to make way for the books I promised to air. The Fear Street Sagas trilogy wrapped up first thing in January. That's a fun trilogy. It poses a few questions about Fear Street as a whole. I don't know if reading the rest of the Fear Street Saga series books will answer those questions or not. I'm hesitant to read those books because there are 16 of them and I only have access to the first 10. Have you checked the prices of those things on the used market? Holy cow, they are around $100 a book. Maybe I can cover just the 10 I have access to in the future? Who knows? The Cheerleader series began airing at the end of August. I admit I didn't have high hopes for this series until I read the first book, and wow, I get it now. This is Supernatural Stein dialed up to 11. It's so good. You can look forward to one of those books during this time frame for the next 4 years until that series has concluded. Fan favorite The Babysitter began airing in October during the spooky season. It's a pretty strong series. You can look forward to a Babysitter book during the beginning of October for the next 3 years until it's over. The Silent Night trilogy wrapped up at the end of the year. That was a lot of fun to record. Seeing how Reva Dalby treats her cousin Pam is atrocious. She will never change, and it's fun to see her show up at parties around Shadyside and see how practically no one pays her any mind. The Cataluna Chronicles began airing during the Christmas season this year too. I know it's not a Christmas book, but I've been dying for it to air, and I decided if I didn't give it a seasonal schedule, then I never would. It also helps to have something to air every Christmas season. You can look forward to that series every year for the next 2 years. It's basically Stephen King's Christina, only Stein's version. It deals with a haunted car and time travel. Next year, I'll begin running The Bifrost Guardians by Mickey Zucker-Reichart in January. I'll have one of those books for the next 5 years. It's about a Vietnam War soldier that is sucked into the Norse Middle Ages with sorcerers, samurai, and dragons. Norse gods play a huge part in this story. It's sprawling and wonderful and fantastic, and I'm very excited about you hearing it. I'll also begin running the Enchanted Forest Chronicles by Patricia C. Reed in the spring next year. That will run for the next 4 years until it's over. It's about an unconventional princess that decides she doesn't want to be a princess anymore and runs away to be a dragon's princess. It's great fun, imaginative, and if you listen carefully, you'll hear classic fairy tales referenced. I enjoy fantasy just about as much as I enjoy young adult horror. I'm very picky about my fantasy, and I cannot wait to share these stories with you. I'll begin running polls again this year so everyone can vote on what books will air next. I promised a few books to the members of the channel, so those will air without a vote, and the books I promised already will air during their time frames, so they will not be voted on. It's a lot of fun running this channel, and I thank you very much for listening, subscribing, joining, being a member, whatever it is you do. Your help is greatly appreciated. I really, truly do mean that. I can't keep the lights on without you. Thank you so much for an excellent year. I'm looking forward to 2025. I'll see you around Shadyside, and stay tuned.